So me and Bubba are working on getting the Hellcat finally wrapped up. We've got the brakes bled. They're fully together. They're done. Got most of the bore leg exhaust on that we ended up putting on it. And now we've been doing the last minute wiring for the airlift, also linking it to my phone and getting everything set up. But we're doing a little bit of wiring in the trunk. And then we're going to be actually putting the trunk lid back on, making sure everything's clearanced. And we do need to fix one last little air leak. So should see this thing on the ground today though. It's ready for wheels and tires right now. So we're gonna get this thing on the ground and make sure we don't have any more problems. Also, we did get some more parts in for the Hellcat. This is probably one of the coolest pieces that I did order for the car. Been waiting on this for a little while. It's been on order for about 6 weeks. And we've got our custom steering wheel from Destroyed Customs. I messaged the owner of the company. I told him I want to do just a badass one-off wheel, and he actually did our company logo in the center. It's stitched in silver to match the brushed wheels. We've got forged carbon with silver flake in it. Then we got white perforated leather with silver stitching. So that's going to be a really, really cool piece, and I believe it has shifter paddles too. So he did a really good job on that. Appreciate him on that one. We're going to get that installed. I will probably leave that till last because I'm really afraid of getting grease on it. So might wait till the car is completely done and aligned and then put this on. But thought it was a really cool piece. The quality is awesome on it. So if you need anything, I'll probably link his Instagram or his website on this video. So we got the F450 back in here. We've been having some brake issues with it, and we couldn't figure it out. Well, it turns out the old calipers that have been on this thing since SEMA that were chrome plated have got some gunk in them, and it was clogging up the lines and causing the calipers to pretty much freeze. And when it was freezing, it was locking up, and it actually ruined the front two rotors. So we put a new brake kit on the front. One of the back ones actually started locking up, but we caught it before it ruined anything. But this is how nasty the inside of these calipers were. And the fluid looked like mud, which we never took this stuff off beforehand because when we built the truck, we just hung the calipers to the side. But yeah, these are pretty screwed. We got some new calipers coming in from Ford tomorrow, and then that thing is heading home. We could just smell the brakes getting hot when we were driving it. I was not comfortable with him taking it. Got the fronts fixed, got a SSBC kit on it. Just got the backs apart, and they are screwed, and you cannot buy seals from Ford for these. Unless you go aftermarket. So we just went ahead and ordered him some new calipers from the dealership because they really weren't that expensive. But we got that going. Got all the parts for Lucas's truck came in. Going to get him wrapped up this week and hopefully schedule his dyno time. We also need to let it run a little more since you've done a valve lash again. Had a little bit of noise before, but it did not have a rocker box last time we ran it either. No, it had a rocker box, but it didn't have a valve cover, sorry. Yeah, so you could just hear them valves screaming. But this one's about to go home. This one's about to go home. That one will go home tomorrow, I believe. This one is home, and Bubba's home.
Kick it out.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, it's snowing outside. We need to put her outside.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, a little update on the Hellcat. All right, guys. So we're about to start the Hellcat for the first time. We've got her on the ground. We've got the bags finished up. We've been lowering it and raising it up and down. I'll show you all that here in a second. We got the bore leg exhaust on, but mainly this is actually going to be all the way down on the car. It actually goes really low. I was surprised with how much it tucks. These cars aren't really low cars in the first place, so you can't really tell how low it actually is. But I believe we are going to get a tune file for this thing today and get it running today. The tuner is working on it. We just sent him our stock file. Got the interior kind of apart. This thing had a tracker on it, believe it or not. It's a Hellcat thing. We got the old tune top right there. We're going to be working on getting a tune file on this thing today and seeing if we can't get it running. This thing has not ran for probably the month I've had it apart. So we're going to be really excited to get this thing back up and going and driving. Today is going to be our first tune revision We're gonna do the first tune and get it started and do a no boost drive, give him a log file, and then he's gonna send us a revision. So he said it takes about 3 to 4 tune files to like completely dial these in. But me and Bubba are gonna play with the bags here in a second once he's done working on Lucas Miller's truck and show y'all everything this thing's about. But the trunk setup, I know I've showed it 10 times, turned out super clean. It's all done. Trunk lid fits completely. Super happy with that. Super clean install. Ready to get this thing to Detail Tech so they can debadge it and coat it and clean it. Ready?
Yeah, man.
You ready, man? Go for takeoff. Got the new tune flashed in the car, and Bubba's gonna play cameraman for once. Make sure we got everything plugged in, everything's good. We had some coolant still on the belly pan, so we're hoping we don't have any leaks. That was just sitting on the belly pan. But I don't think we will have any. We've kind of went over everything. But I'm ready to start this thing.
Yeah, man. Show them what them bags do. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
You ready?
I'm ready, man.
You ready? I'm not ready.
I like it. Yeah, we gotta look at the supercharger though.
We can't rev it up yet, he said. He said no boost till we get the log file in.
I don't like that.
Probably need to investigate that too, but it's probably coolant burning off the headers.
Yeah, coolant, and we got all new pipes, so we'll probably see some oil burning off.
Yeah.
Ew. White valve covers. Alright, let's go do a donut. Yeah, man.
Alright guys, we're about to fire the Hellcat up. We finally ready to shut the hood. We got all the wipers and everything back on.
You tried the wipers?
No, I'd really rather not know. I think we're good, 100%. All fluids are good. That's the first time that hood's been shut in like a month.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got the old tune top out. So we're gonna be starting this thing up. Cold start, bub. Hey, actually, you take the camera. Give the people the sound.
Go back here toward the back a little.
Why don't you stand behind me?
Think it'd be louder?
Oh, it will be loud.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, we're back in the Hellcat out of the shop, going on our first maiden voyage. About to get a data log after some trial and error with some communication cables, thanks to HP Tuners and their wonderful product. We still rep them though. Love them. About to get a data log on the old Hellcat. I'm gonna throw the camera over to Bubba and let him film though, because it's not, you know, safe for me to film and drive. I guess probably not.
I don't know if it's safe for me to
hold a laptop
and record.
Alright. So the first drive is gonna be light throttle, no boost, he said. So drive it normal, no boost. Nothing fun.
I trust you.
Yeah, you trust me to not give it boost?
Yeah. Yeah. No
Alright,
boosties.
so we're gonna. I cannot see our cursor. You see that little red button? We're gonna do what we're not supposed to. We're gonna click the red button. All right. And I believe this is my first time messing with HP tuners, guys. I'm a diesel guy, so we'll hit that blue square when we need to stop it. But it needs to do about 5 minutes of normal driving. It sounds like a dang derby car.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know. Like, I don't hate it. I feel like driving it on a long journey though is not going to be.
I mean, keep
not
in
gonna be
mind
as
we're at
fun.
30 miles an hour right now. It's pretty dang loud.
I don't know. It's kind of got a good tone to it though.
Have tips on it right now though, and it probably has some major exhaust leaks because we're not going to mention the fact that the exhaust is loose because it doesn't count because we did it on purpose.
Yeah, that's our story.
That's what we're going to go with. Coolant temp. These cars get so hot. I hate it. It bothers me. Going from a diesel to a car where diesel is like you see like 200 coolant temp and you're like, oh god, I gotta lay off. And this car is like 200 at idle. I don't like it.
I never even looked what thermostat was in it either.
Intake air temp is showing nothing. All right, we need to look into that.
Is that mystery plug that we found?
I don't think so. All right, guys. So a little bit of a problem on the Hellcat. I actually depinned one of the wires when we were pulling the blower out. It was my fault. I pulled on it. I knew I pulled on it kind of hard. I was kind of worried about it, but it will not read boost because there's one wire depinned on one of the map sensors. Apparently there's 4 map sensors in this blower. I have found a stock harness and I'm gonna throw this thing on the lift and Bubba's gonna finish the exhaust real quick. And I am gonna go chop a connector off of a stock harness off a pull-out engine. So let's put this thing on the lift. As we've got the Hellcat about 100% done. I've got one more tune revision to load on the car. The tuner actually told me that we're making a little bit too much boost right now for pump gas. So they're gonna be sending me another pulley and we're gonna go up a little bit in pulley because he said 22 pounds of boost on 93 on a stock bottom end and stock everything basically except for the bolt-ons. It's not gonna end well. So we're gonna get this new tune file loaded on, then I'll go over the car with y'all. I was hoping to do a driving video and a couple pulls, but they said we need to wait for the new pulley. Also, it's raining and 50-mile-per-hour winds in Tennessee today. So I am going to show you everything we've done to the car. Quick little update. Got 2 batteries coming for this one. She's going to be leaving. But Bub, what do you think about Lucas Miller's truck? We finally got it 100% finished up, I believe. She's ready for dyno time. She is. She's ready for power. We were waiting on some fittings. We got all of our clearances and all our oil drains and everything sorted out. All our oil lines. That's some of the stuff we were waiting on. We got the nitrous wired. We got the nitrous plumbed. Got our fuse box cover on. That fuse box cover looks sick. The two-tone does. New Optima battery in it. Our coolant pipe. I mean, this thing's ready to go. Got the Enforcer valve cover that only comes with the Enforcers. And then I also had this stainless diesel 5-blade cap sitting around, so I kind of donated that to the cause. I thought it kind of looked cool.
It does look cool.
It does look cool, yeah. If it doesn't hit the hood, because it is pretty tall. That valve covers, because you got to keep in mind the head is 1 inch higher right now, and then the valve cover's taller, so maybe it won't hit the hood. We're going to start this thing up, though, go over it. This will be the first time. Oh, another thing that we had to change on this. So it did have a stock dipstick tube, and I ended up using the dipstick out of my race truck for him to get him a locking dipstick so that he didn't have any problems with either the tube blowing out and fluid going everywhere, or I believe the tube itself did not fit at all. Like it hit the back turbo or the little turbo. It hit it hard.
Wastegate pipe right there.
Yeah, I was about to say it was going to definitely melt the factory dipstick. But let's start this thing up. We might need to crack some doors, Bubba, as much as I don't want to. Oh, see what we got here. I bet it fires right up. Yes, sir. All right, guys, so the RPM gauge already did not work in this truck, but we have verified that it does have RPM by a scanner. So don't think anything about that. This thing's pretty much wrapped up. Hopefully Lucas will be ready to come get it. We can get some dyno time on this thing. We do need to check the trans fluid. We did just fill it back up after putting the dipstick in. So I'm gonna throw it in neutral. Reverse. Neutral. All right, guys, so the time has finally come. The Hellcat Charger build is finally done. I've been able to drive it a little bit last night, and let's take a look at the entire build and go over everything that we've done. It started out its life as a 2019 Hellcat. It's not a wide body. I don't really love the wide bodies. To me, they look like a normal Charger with fender flares. I've had a lot of people ask why I did not get the wide bodies. I think they just don't look that clean, my personal opinion. But I do love how this car has turned out. We did the Oracle lighting, side markers, did white calipers. Those are the factory Brembos that we broke down, put new seals in them, and we powder coated them white. The guys over at FAS Moto actually got us hooked up with a ported supercharger and a billet snout. Huge shout out to those guys. Only problem we've got right now is it's making too much power, which is not a bad problem, but we are actually going to go up one size and pulley because it's making way too much boost for pump gas. We'll start at the front of the car. Like I said, we got some Vossen hybrid forged 22-inch wheels. They are a staggered setup. I believe the front is 22 by 8.5 or 22 by 9, and the rear is 22 by 10.5 with a different offset. This car is lowered all the way right now. We did do an airlift bag kit. This is kind of all the way down, and it honestly gets a lot lower than I ever thought it would. And I'm thinking about putting some like splitters and some side skirts on it and maybe a rear diffuser. Not sure how much I love that look. I kind of like splitters, but not sure if I want to go with that look. But given that the car is bagged, I think it will fit it. I did drive it to dinner last night, and honestly, I was impressed with how much of a driver this thing is still going to be. I was really worried I was going to lose the convenience of the car, being able to drive it anywhere and trust it to go anywhere, but it drove like a stock car. I'm very impressed. We did go with the fuel injector clinic, bigger injectors, the upper pulley, the lower pulley, all the new belts, the bigger throttle body, billet snout. I did get a UPR catch can, and yeah. So we were checking the oil a second ago. Better push that back down in there before we forget about it. But everything turned out great on this. I also did get a carbon intake. I believe it was a leg maker intake. It does have a plate right here that goes across this. We are getting it powder coated white to add a little bit more white to the engine bay. Now let's check out the interior and then the trunk setup. As y'all saw, I do have a beautiful carbon and white steering wheel to put on this. I wanted the car to be 100% done before we put it on, so we'll probably put it on sometime next week because it is Friday. And then we've got our airlift air ride controller right here. I have a mount coming for it to where we'll run this wire through the dash, and it kind of mounts the airlift controller right there. So the interior is going to be mostly stock. I may do some carbon bezels right here, and they have a carbon shifter that I can do to match the steering wheel. But that's pretty much all that we're going to do on the interior. We might do the gauges too. There's a company that does white gauges. I thought would be really cool. But one of my main concerns with this car was the drivability and overall fun factor of it. The reason I bought the Charger versus the Challenger is the fact that I actually think they look better, and you can load all your buddies in with you to go anywhere. So if I want to drive to Nashville to go to Topgolf or do anything, you know, this is the car that I will choose to take. And it is a little bit louder than I planned on being due to the cat delete, but honestly, I'm not even mad about it. Inside the car, it's still not that bad, but outside the car, I do know it's very loud, so I am gonna have to watch parking in neighborhoods. But let's go to the back of the car. I do have a tint kit that is gonna tint these rear tail lights. We're gonna remove the Dodge letters, and then it actually has a white overlay, so the tail lights are gonna be black and white in the back. We're gonna get rid of that Charger badge. What else? We did do the rear side markers to match, and then we got the black Borla tips. I went with the black instead of the chrome because I kind of wanted them to not be seen. They do stick out a little more than I'd like. We might try and shove them in a little more, but let's take a look at the trunk setup. So open the trunk, still looks like a stock car, but hidden under here is all of our air management, and it turned out super clean. Really excited, or actually really tickled with how the air management turned out. I think that's just cool to be able to maintain all your use of the car and still have all this cool stuff going on. So the car still drives like a factory car, but now it should make around 850 to 900 wheel horsepower. We'll have to see. We'll get it on a dyno one day and we'll see. Hopefully I'll have my dyno fixed soon. I've got to get my dyno fixed for the event we have coming up, guys. March 15th and 16th, Jamestown, Tennessee. We're gonna have FP Truck Fest. I'm having some problems with my personal Instagram account. It did get deleted working on trying to recover it. So if you're looking for any info, either look on the YouTube channel, the website, or the Fitzgerald Performance Instagram page. I will drop the link or drop all the ats on the video. But we have got a lot to do for that event. 2 dynos, a 80 by 80 burnout pad that we're about to be pouring, and we have got some of the biggest vendors, spectators, YouTubers, and just people in the truck world in general coming to this event. So hope y'all make it out to it. If not, y'all get to see all the content on here. I'm gonna have 2 filmers that weekend to help me cover the whole event to show y'all if you didn't get to make it. I'm gonna give y'all a little teaser of what to expect on the single cab. That's all you get. That's all you need to see. She's sitting there. Baby girl is broke down. I did already sell the airbags and the air management to someone, but some of this suspension stuff is still for sale, guys. If you're wanting this, message the Fitzgerald Performance Instagram. We do have the King shocks. If no one buys these are going on my dually. Kind of would love for them to be on the dually anyways. They have 500 miles on. They're basically brand new. Then I've got the Striker front and rear matching 4-link. There's the drop bracket for the front. But yeah, so we're gonna try and get all this stuff sold, get the new suspension on the truck. Miles over at Flight Fab is cooking me up some stuff for the truck too. So stay tuned. The truck is definitely gonna see a different look. And I'm so excited about it. But don't forget to get those trucks registered on our website for the show and shine. I'm thinking we're gonna have to eventually cap it for pre-registration. That way that people that don't pre-register can still show up. But if you want a guaranteed spot at the show, I definitely recommend you pre-register. Also, general admission is going to be $30 for 2 days. So you're going to get to come see all these trucks do all these things for $30. Your wristbands are going to be a 2-day pass, so do not take those off. As far as event info goes, I'm going to be dropping more vendor names. JTX is our title sponsor, and Amp Tires is our official burnout sponsor. Now, the winner of the burnout competition, which will be judged by some very, very pretty influencers in the truck community. It's not a bunch of men, it's a bunch of girls. But the winner of the burnout competition will actually get a free set of Amp tires of their size and choosing, whether you want 3726s, whether you want 3324s, whatever you want. It's your tires, you pick what you want, they show up at your door for free. So winner of the burnout competition, sponsored by Amp Tires, will get a free set of tires. Show and shine registrations on the website, like I said, guys. And so wristbands, trailer parking, and anything else, also like dyno registration, is all going to be sold at the event because it's going to be first come, first serve. We had some problems last year with pre-registration to where people would hop in line that weren't pre-registered and they got in front of the pre-registration people, and then some of the pre-registration people did not get on the dynos. So this year it's first come, first serve, but we will have 2 dynos. Friday, the Superflow will be for spectators. And then Saturday, the Superflow is going to be for the Bash for Cash competition. So let me explain the Bash for Cash. I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen of all the Bash for Cash entries. It's going to be a 10-truck shootout. Winner takes $5,000. It's $250 a truck to enter, so that's $2,500, and I'm matching it, so it's a 200% payout. So winner gets it all. It's going to be some of the highest horsepower trucks in the country. I don't think there's a truck entering that's below 2,000 horsepower. So there should be a lot of entertainment there. Maybe some carnage, maybe some explosions. We never know with these big horsepower guys. You just never know what's going to happen. So make sure to come on out to the event. Like I said, guys, not trying to bombard you with info. I just feel like there's a lot of questions that people have about the event, and this is probably the best way for me to get them to you. But appreciate y'all for watching. Hope you love the Hellcat. As soon as it's not raining and 50-mile-an-hour winds, I am going to get some videos of us going to Mexico. So thank y'all for watching.